respect a native person as being a man. I'm native. I'm indigenous. That means when you say you're indigenous, they mean your DNA. When they break it down, it's going to chemically match the DNA of the soil that you're standing on. So when you say I'm a Native American, that means your soil and this soil match. A European, someone from like Europe, Spain, Ireland, Germany, Russia, they can never be considered indigenous.
So
because their DNA don't match the DNA, the soil, don't match the dirt.
Being said, what would you tell the black people, or what should I say, the Native Americans should say, if they have a son or daughter that's on the way now, versus what the parents did, our parents did, me, you, your uncles, your brothers, versus now today. So what would you say about as far as like they got children and children on the way, as far as like the birth certificates, like
basically you have a child when you sign if the child's name is on this birth, what they call a certificate, it's really like it's a certificate, but you're basically like registering how you register your car with the state. When you sign a piece of paper, you're registering your child with the state. You're making that child state property. Like that movie Benny Siegel was in, state property. You give your child to the state and you're signing it. Therefore, they can come in and give them time to say, hey, we're going to take this child up out of here. You can't do that. You can't do that. Yes, I can. Why? You signed, when the child was born, you signed this child over to the state.
So
then you put down it was a Negro, a colored, or a black. Oh, this child, it ain't been a thing. This is basically chattel. It's basically a thing, a car, animal. So, but if the birth certificate says Native American, then that means it's not a Negro. It's not 3/5 human. This is a real person you get. This is a real being, a man, a living, breathing man, conscious with a soul, a loving, breathing heart. And they got respect for that in the courtroom, as opposed to you just saying, I'm colored. Okay, what color? Negro. What is that? What land is that? I never saw a land called it. I heard Nigeria and different, the Niger and all that, but Negro? Or you say something like, I'm African American. If you say you're African American, you're saying you're a foreigner. You're saying you're not a citizen. And only another United States citizen can take me to court. And how's it good? It's like when the police flag you, say the police pull you over. Let me see your driver's license. You got the right to challenge his jurisdiction. That means you can say, I like to see status and nationality. Show me that you're an American citizen. I want to see your nationality. You got the right to prove to me. You have to prove it to me. Now, if he say, I don't have to prove nothing to you, he's breaking the law. You know, just like when you go to court and the judge goes, you got to go, I'm going to give you this. Wait a minute. First thing first is I'm not a 14th Amendment Negro, which is a 3/5 human. I can represent myself. I'm conscious. I'm not 3/5 human. I'm a Native American. And in order for you to bring me into court, you got to be a Native American, or you got to at least be an American. And the judge, once you take the bar, you signed gave all your rights over, or you pledge allegiance to the UN, the United Kingdom, United Nations, and your citizenship is relinquished. So the judge is not even a citizen once she take the bar exam, or he take the bar exam, or the lawyers, or the clerk, or the bailiff. Anyone that holds public office, once they take public office, they got to sign an oath with the United Nations, which relinquishes their citizenship. So how can you bring me to court if your citizenship is relinquished? But if you're a 14th Amendment Negro, they can do pretty much anything they want to do to you.
So because
you have what they call civil rights. You don't have human rights, natural rights. You have civil rights. They give you, really, civil rights is like a privilege. Like they may say to you, okay, you can talk. You got the right to talk. I got the right to talk. It's like sit, lay down, stand up. You can come, you can go. You got the right to vote. You got the right to speak. You got the right to travel. Right to travel? I got 2 legs. Right to talk, right to speak. I got a mouth. You got the, because it's like you're like an animal. You got the right. Stay in the yard. Go over here. Sit down. You can say something. You can bark. You can eat. But I'm not a damn animal. I got human rights. Better yet, I got natural, what they call natural rights.
So if you're a Native American,
natural rights are higher than the law of the land, natural rights. And then you got God's law, which is higher than all of those laws.
So if you're a Native American, so if you're a Native American, you go by the natural rights, not the civil rights.
Correct.
Okay. So then what the black people want to know is, so far as like when they have a baby with whatever, they got one on the way. Do they sign a birth certificate or
do not sign it, because once you sign it and you register it and you give it back or whatever you do it, you registered your child with the state. That means that now it has to go by all the state rules. You gave up all your indigenous rights. You have just signed yourself over to slavery.
So the child can have a birth certificate with you put Native American on there. So, but you don't have to sign it if you don't want to.
Correct.
Your father or mother, they don't.
All you want to do is you want it to be acknowledged that your child is being born, but you don't want to sign saying, okay, and I gave you all the rights. I'm going to register my child with you guys. Because they can get mad at you for just your religious beliefs and say, we're going to take the child out of this house. We believe that it may be unsafe for the child not eating no pork or not eating any meat in this house. It's unsafe to us because we want to put these products on your child because they got chemicals in them, and chemicals have an effect on your child. And we're trying to have an effect on your child, and you're not feeding your child these chemicals. So they may want to take the child out of the house, and they can't do it because why? You gave them the right when you signed the birth certificate and handed it over to them.
So
it's like registering a car, or a bicycle, or a helicopter, or a motorcycle, or something like that.
So So is it legal not to sign a birth certificate?
No.
Mother or father?
No. It's not. You don't have to sign a birth certificate. You don't have to register your child with the state. Now, for the public record, you get. I don't want to speak on something that I'm not clear of. For us, all you want is for the record to be known that your child, an indigenous child, a Native American, has been born on such and such date. But as far as you want to sign something and you're going to give it back to somebody, no, you don't sign nothing because you just signed the contract. Whenever you put your name down, you signed the contract. You're saying, okay, you're agreeing to something. Now, you got to read the birth certificate and see what you're agreeing to. See what you're agreeing to.
Oh, so okay. So far as
you
like
agree to saying my child will start school at 5 years old. If you don't, y'all can come and lock me up. You agreeing to say that my child is going to start school at 5 years old, or y'all going to put my child in a juvenile or a foster care. That's what you're agreeing to, things like that. If you don't sign it, you're not agreeing to that. You're agreeing, when you don't sign it, you're saying I can raise my own child. I can school my own child, and opposed to any type of religion or spiritual belief of my own that I want, because this is my child, not yours. I didn't sign nothing with you guys.
So basically, when you go to court for child support, trafficking, and everything, what would you do? As far as like when you go to court?
First, you come in the courtroom is you don't know why you're in there, because if you know the treaty, a lot of us don't. I know things that a nigga don't know. For one thing is we don't belong in any courtroom unless it's Mohammedan or Moorish, with a Moorish government. People of our own peers, can you see it? People of our own peers. That means people of your parish, people of your school, people of your community. Those are your peers. And they signed a contract with us saying they're going to stay loyal to that. And this is the contract right here. But a lot of Negroes, they want you to join these different organizations like the Masons, the Moors, Islam. A lot of these organizations, before they let this information out about the treaty they signed with us in 1887? They want you to join all them different organizations to get this information, but all you need is the treaty right here, which exempts you from all the American laws, statutes, and all of it. And it's written in ink, and it's amended. So, but if you identify yourself as being a Negro, a colored, or black, this here is no good for you, because this is only for the Moors and the indigenous people of the land, like the Cherokee, the Yamasee, the Hopi, Washita,